I just so look forward to all the work that is in front of us. Thank you for believing in my ability to lift Portland to the next level. So thank you.
That was Dr. Kimberly Armstrong delivering remarks this morning after being officially voted in as the new superintendent of the Portland Public School District. Thanks for joining us. I'm Deidre Johnson. The decision comes after a months-long nationwide search. Dr. Armstrong, of course, will take over the superintendent role starting July 1st. KGW's Alma McCarty has more on her experience and her vision for the future.
Dr. Kimberly Armstrong leaving the role as a deputy superintendent for Evergreen Public Schools and joining Portland Public Schools, taking the top spot. She's a parent, a coach, and a teacher with more than 2 decades of public education experience.
I know what education in classrooms meant for a student like me, and I knew that I could show up every day and be about that work.
Armstrong replaces Guadalupe Guerrero, who stepped down in February. On Tuesday, School Board Chair Gary Hollins offered his praise, writing, "Dr. Armstrong is just what PPS needs in this time of opportunity and challenge." And challenges they've had: declining enrollment, an often contentious teachers' strike last fall, and budget shortfalls. Last month, the board approved $30 million in cuts for the upcoming year.
Cuts furthest away from the classrooms, although I know that can't always be guaranteed. It's definitely something that needs to be held as a priority.
Armstrong told families at Grant High School last week she's ready to take on all challenges.
Entering in education at 31 and now being in education for 20 years tells you that this isn't a choice, a career choice. This is a lifestyle.
And she'll begin with academic achievement gaps.
Priority number 1 are closing those gaps. Number 2 is the infrastructure. I would say the safety and security of all of our schools. I think number 3 is getting out in the community. I am so excited to connect with PAT and other union groups that are in service to our classrooms, that are in service to our teachers.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Let's take a live look over the Rose City, where it's currently 64 degrees outside. Can you believe it? It's bright and sunny. It's quite the perfect weather to kick off a week of events for this year's Rose Festival. That includes Fleet Week, the Grand Floral Parade, and of course, the Junior Parade. Our Joe Ranieri is live from Northeast Portland, where the Junior Parade is set to start soon. Joe, how does it look out there?
Absolutely stunning weather-wise, and the crowds are gradually coming out here into the Hollywood district in Northeast Portland. Again, we're about an hour away from the start of the parade, but you can see both sides of the street here along Sandy is pretty much starting to get kind of filled out a little bit, and weather-wise, you couldn't ask for a better afternoon for a parade. And Deidre, this is one of the oldest parades in our area, about more than 100 years old, I should say. If you're going to be coming out here, well, you're going to be seeing some just picture-perfect weather. As we go to the map right now, we're going to be under the influence of a ridge of high pressure, not just today, but really over the next couple of days. It's going to be with us basically from this afternoon all the way into the early part of next week. Now, as we zoom in a little bit, you can kind of see on the satellite map, we're clear skies along the coast, the valley, and throughout the east side of the state as well. And it's going to be staying that way throughout really the next couple of days. As we look at Futurecast, like I said, we're going to be seeing clear skies this afternoon, even into the evening hours as well. Now, the big thing that's happening later today, of course, is Fleet Week. That kicks off around 2 o'clock. Weather is going to be really nice for that as well. And as we go throughout the later part of the week, that ridge of high pressure holds strong for Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend as well. Clouds increase a little bit heading into Saturday morning, but for the most part, we're still looking at some very sunny and warm conditions come Saturday. In fact, some models are suggesting we'll be seeing highs close to 90 degrees on Saturday. The nice thing about today, Deidre, the weather is not going to be that warm. It's going to be almost perfect with temperatures right around the mid to the upper 70s. And again, if you can't make the parade today, not to worry. You can always stream it on KGW.com, our Roku, KGW Plus, and of course, you can go to our YouTube channel as well. I'll talk more about your detailed forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Joe. It looks great out there. Well, let's get to your local headlines this afternoon. Portland police are investigating a shooting in the Powellhurst-Gilbert neighborhood. One man is dead and a teen boy critically injured. This happened just before midnight in the 5700 block of Southeast 130th Place. Police say they found both victims who were shot inside a car. Authorities say the man died at the scene. The teen was taken to the hospital. Anyone with information is asked to call police. A grand jury in Clackamas County ruled a deadly police shooting in Happy Valley was justified. On April 30th, officers shot and killed Andrew Song inside his home. He was accused of holding his wife and 2 children hostage. After hours of negotiating, police say Song made a threat toward his family. That's when authorities entered the apartment and shot him. The grand jury found the officers and deputies acted legally under Oregon law. A Beaverton woman just won a huge lawsuit against Johnson & Johnson, with the Portland jury awarding her $260 million. 49-year-old Keong Lee was diagnosed last year with mesothelioma. Her lawsuit actually alleged Johnson & Johnson's talc-based powder caused her cancer. The powder, which is now discontinued, was known to contain asbestos and is the most common cause of that type of cancer. We talked to the family's attorney today.
They're feeling super relieved that a jury heard their story and valued Keong's life and affirmed what she's going through, and most importantly, held Johnson & Johnson responsible.
Johnson & Johnson has been hit with many lawsuits since reports first emerged about ingredients in its products causing cancer. The company has never admitted any wrongdoing. 14 years ago, Kyron Horman disappeared. The 7-year-old vanished in 2010 and hasn't been found. Investigative reporter Kali Boshi has been covering his disappearance since day one and has an update on the investigation.
The missing boy's mother confirms there have been ground searches in just the past few months, and police are using new software and technology to help with the investigation. The sheriff's office even created a new website with information about the case where people can submit tips. Hard to believe, but it was 14 years ago, June 4th, 2010. Kyron Horman was last seen at Skyline School in Northwest Portland. His stepmother, Terry Horman, even snapped a photo of Kyron in front of his science project. The second grader had a big smile, wore glasses, and a CSI t-shirt. But that afternoon, Kyron didn't return home on his school bus as scheduled. For days, the FBI and local police coordinated what would be one of the largest search efforts in state history. Kyron Horman has never been found. His biological mom, Desiree Young.
There's bad days and there's good days, and I struggle because it's loss. It's not having my son here. It's every time we have an event or every time my older son got married, Kyron's missing out on all of that, and it's sad.
There have been no arrests in the case, although a judge referred to Kyron's stepmom as, quote, a prime suspect. Terry Horman was the last known person to see Kyron the day he disappeared. She's long denied any wrongdoing. The sheriff's office is offering a $50,000 reward for information helping to solve this case. Kyle Aboshi, KGW News.
Multnomah County and the city of Portland released a final proposal that lays out their priorities when it comes to addressing the ongoing homeless crisis. KGW's Daisy Caballero has the details.
I think it's a real positive step forward that the city and the county have come together on this plan.
Blanche House Executive Director Scott Kerman is chiming in on the City of Portland and Multnomah County's final homeless response action plan that aims to house or shelter an additional 2,700 people by December of next year.
And I think they might take some criticism for that, that maybe the targets seem unrealistic. But I think we have to be swinging big.
The 55-page plan highlights all aspects of this crisis, including an aggressive 2-year plan to increase shelter capacity by 40% and add 1,000 new shelter beds. And while some may see this as ambitious, Kerman is rooting it on.
If we set our sights high like this plan does, then we have the opportunity to achieve big things and certainly work towards big outcomes.
Starting this month, plan partners will start to identify 20 commercial buildings in downtown Portland to convert into housing and open 276 new shelter beds by the end of this year. This updated plan also comes after hundreds of community members voiced their thoughts these last 2 months, asking a few things to be added to the plan, including better housing needs for refugees and asylum seekers, expand the behavioral health workforce, and funding additional day services for people experiencing homelessness, like the Blanchet House.
We don't necessarily get the same attention as housing and shelter, but we serve a lot of people who live in low-income housing and shelter, but rely on our services to help make ends meet or to form community.
Daisy Caballero, KGW News.